You can't deny the power of publicity. You can't deny the intelligence of how to manipulate the audience. CM Punk, 2 weeks in a row, is the top story. First, he's the top story for a podcast he released on the week of Thanksgiving. Now he has turned the sports world upside down, as it was announced this past weekend that CM Punk, former WWE champion and superstar, has signed a multi-fight deal with UFC. Yes, he is going to be an MMA cage fighter and make his fight debut sometime in 2015. First off, I got to give it to Punk. As I said, he has everybody watching. He is the most interesting guy out of the wrestling world right now, and he's not even an active pro wrestler. This is smart by Dana White. He is going to grab a whole new crop of audience of people that were just CM Punk diehard indie wrestling fans from back in the day who never really watched cage fighting. They were never into the tap out and into that affliction movement. He's going to get all those CM Punk marks watching UFC now, at least the cards that Punk is on. It's going to be a big first pay-per-view whenever they get Punk on sometime in 2015. Now, Dana White's not a dumb man. He's not a dumb man. He is going to, I believe he's even said this, he's going to put Punk up against guys with similar experience, which that is to say, none. Guys that have a 0-0 record or a 0-1 or maybe a 1-0. Guys that have not proven hardly anything. He threw Brock Lesnar to the wolves because Brock Lesnar had an amateur wrestling background, and Brock Lesnar's a different kind of cat, if you know what I mean. But CM Punk, he's going to put him up against guys with similar proven history in the cage, and he's going to do it because he knows he needs CM Punk to get on a winning streak. The more fights Punk can be seen on a roll and on a win, that's more money for Dana White. It's that Mike Tyson effect. Build until eventually you get to a marquee match and see what happens. Now, MMA fans are going to get very offended by this, but hey, if you ain't actually asking yourself this, then you're just naive. Is it crazy to think that it's CM Punk versus fighter Joe Schmo, and that Joe Schmo might be pulled aside and say, look, you know, here's what you're getting paid for the fight. You're getting the publicity of being in history, of being the first opponent for CM Punk. You know, don't really expect to win. And that's not saying Joe Schmo can't come out swinging and try to make it look good, but I'm just saying, if you think that UFC, it wouldn't even cross their minds to maybe work the first fight or two to make sure Punk gets to stay around and make UFC money, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. If you actually think that everything is going to have to be 100% up in the up, legit, no BS, well, then make sure you turn the fireplace off so that way Santa doesn't burn his ass when he comes down the chimney. TribLIVE Radio, 412-320-7925. Let me hear what you got to say. We'll talk about it. Plus, Ted Gruber of ChicagoNow.com, who covers MMA, he will join us, and we'll have him give us his insight and knowledge. It's TribLIVE Radio.